Hello everybody, this is toysareruss, and for this third-party figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at Doctor Wu Starfear, which I'm sure you can tell is a third-party take on a Starscream figure. So as I start to pop these away, what we're going to be doing, we're going to do some comparisons with many other different Starscream figures, including pretty much loads of official Takara and original Hasbro releases. We're also going to have a look at the entire contents of the packaging of the box, which as you can see, he's got a collector's card, instructions and a few other things. So before we get started, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please. Right, so for those of you who are unaware, this is a Doctor Wu figure, which is a third-party company, and because they transform, they're not allowed to use their proper names. This is the first release of this figure where he came packaged with a version of Sea Spray, but I'm going to be reviewing him separately, and this is, I suppose, in anticipation for the reissue of the Seekers, which they very cleverly are going to be releasing all by themselves. We've got some actual product images there on the back, and they're not classed as legend scale, they're classed, I suppose, as Micromasters, and as you can see, they are absolutely tiny. So I've got some Earthrise Micromasters here just to show you in a second, I suppose, just how small he is. But what I really like about this is the detail on them. So they are Micromaster size. There's literally 16 steps to transform, so I'm going to put the transformation process up separately just to keep the length of this video down. There's no stickers or anything. All the colours, as you can see, are already on it. He does come with his null rays, which you can completely detach if you wanted to. And as I say, there's quite a bit of painted detail on the cockpit, on the front of the nose cone, on the wings, etc. And it's just a brilliant homage to a Generation 1 Seeker. Here is his collector's card, Starfear. And is there English? Yes, there is English there. So if I bring it closer, you can pause it and probably read that for yourself to give you an idea, I suppose, of how big it is compared to some of today's modern figures. There is your normal, which is classed as a Voyager class Starscream. It's absolutely huge compared to that, which is, as you can see, this is, I suppose, your standard deluxe. I'll say standard, it's quite a big deluxe figure, to be honest. Drag strip is. I'll bring in another core class figure. There's core class Soundwave, who is nowhere near as big. And for those of you who collect other legend scale figures, that's a new age figure. And this one's an Iron Factory, so as you can see, definitely not classed as a Legends scale figure. Right, that's pretty much all there is to say about him in this particular mode. I suppose, unless I bring in this just to give you again an idea of size, that's a Generation 1 figure. We're going to come right back, and he's going to be in his robot mode, and that's how I'm going to be displaying him. Okay then, back for the final time with him in his robot mode, and again, apologies, no transformation, that is separately uploaded. Now, I've zoomed in for you as well, so you can see the detail on these little figures. I mean, the head sculpt is beautiful. Look at the silver on the face, the eyes are nice and red, and even though it's this small, there's still articulation. You can still turn it side to side. With regards to the shoulders, they're on ball and socket, so you can take them all the way out to the side. If you just move the wings out of the way, you can take them all the way around as well. You've got a swivel at the bicep and a flexion, because again, it's ball and socket. You don't have a waist swivel, unfortunately. The legs are on ball and sockets as well, so the hips will kick as far forward as you can get it without it being restricted, but they'll go right out to the side, so you can do splits if you wanted to. There's a huge knee bend, and again, with the toes, you can position these however you want. So very articulate, probably pretty much just the same as a core class, in honesty, but obviously quite a bit smaller. The only other thing that you can't do, which you can do with the core class, is you have to put his null rays on his shoulders, because he doesn't have any holes in his hands, which again, that's because he is so small. And to give you an idea, as I say, of just how small he is, there is core class Starscream, which is huge compared to him. There is Shattered Glass Eject, which is about as tall as that. And there's one of the, I think that's one of your Battle Masters from Siege. So he's, as I say, he's Micromaster scale, absolutely tiny. Now the good thing is that they used to make these, well, Takara used to make their own world's smallest transformers. This is from 2003, and I hope, as I say, that these Doctor Wu gives Takara the impetus to make some more of these world's smallest transformers, because they did quite a few. That is Starscream, and that is Optimus Prime. So as I say, they look quite primitive now compared to these, whereas the Doctor Wu figures, you've got a G2 Sandstorm, Here's a figure that Starscream definitely doesn't want to see, but you can see they've got a Galvatron, and we've also got a Shattered Glass Optimus. So these are all Doctor Wu figures. They scale perfectly, to be honest, with the Titan class figures. They look brilliant with them. If I bring in some normal sized figures, this is Studio Series Deluxe Bumblebee, which is tiny, and yet he looks massive. G1 Starscream is going to completely tower above him. You're not even going to get to see him in the picture. If I bring this back out, zoom up a little bit, and then we've also got the Voyager class Reactivate Starscream, which again, now we're getting silly. There's no point going any bigger because you just can't see them. So as I said, that's pretty much all there is to say about them. They are fun little figures. They are cheap. They're brilliant little desk bots. Again, exactly that. They scale perfectly with Titans. They're good little pocket money things, and they're also good, I suppose, if you want to let your kids or your younger siblings play with Transformers but not damage any of yours. Right guys, there you go. Hope this whets your appetite for the new releases of these when they reissue them. This is the original though. This is Starfear from Doctor Wu. Let me know what you think of them in the comments. Take care.